All right, so I don't usually do this, like talking to the camera shit. I think I did it like one time when I was making one of my cutting room videos, whatever. Um, but I just in a situation where I'm just like, I really need to like talk about it because it's driving me insane, and I can only imagine how you guys would feel hearing this too. Because so, where do I start? Like, so there's this dude, or I mean, I'll start with me first. If you don't follow me, I make music. I've been producing music since 2010 when I was 16, and my uncle showed me FL Studio. I made really shitty music for at least 5 years. I thought it was good, but and I got gigs because it was like 2010, 20 to like 2013 was like the EDM boom, right? So it was really, really, really easy to get gigs if you just knew how to DJ one, and if you made your own music, that was even better. Um, so yeah, I sucked for 5 years, and then I wouldn't say like I became a master or anything. It's just like I started making music that I was satisfied with to a degree, and improved upon that over the years. And now it's 2025, almost 2026. So, I got some skin in the game, I guess you could say. There's this dude, I won't name him, but I was working with him at Marco's Pizza, and this was after I got laid off from my tech company in that was early 2023. He was a nice enough dude, right? Like a little quiet, a little awkward, but like I used to be that way too. So like I don't really like judge people that way. He was really nice to me. Sometimes you would just find him staring either at you or through you, so it was a little weird. But after a minute, like he would just space out and then kind of come back to and just be a chill dude. Okay, anyway, I'm getting off topic. So yeah, so we worked together. He was chill enough. I added him on Discord, added him to my server, where me and my buds hang out. We're pretty welcoming, like we'll do a little bit of like, I don't want to say hazing because it sounds cruel, but like, we'll give them some shit just to see like, how they are, like what their sense of humor is. And then we're pretty tame. So, we're pretty welcoming though, like nice to everybody. But so I mean, given what I described about him, I mean, he wasn't like super active in our chat. But intermittently he would say what's up, or message me privately, randomly at odd hours. He would join the Discord BC and just chill. So anyway, back to what I'm making this video for. He reaches out to me, earlier this year. Had to be within the last 3 or 4 months, maybe sooner. I don't know. I've lost track of time. Saying, "Hey man, would you care to check out my album?" And I was like, yeah, totally, man. Like, I would love to. Like, what style of music? Like, what do you make? And he was like, I guess kind of like metal or like rock, like hard rock. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I write all these, write all my lyrics in a journal, and then, just kind of, make albums out of it. And I was like, oh, albums, like you have multiple. He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. I never knew that. And, I didn't suspect anything at first, because when I was working there, I didn't just walk in like, hey, I make music. Like, it was kind of a low point. I mean, I liked working there. It was fun, but I mean, I was older than everyone else that worked there. And I don't really like push my music onto people in not only workplace situations, but just places where it's like who cares, right? Like, anyway, like if the topic comes up, that's fine, but whatever. So I was like, okay, so maybe he has been doing this shit all this time and just, was too nervous, or just, was like me and didn't like, I don't want to say humble, because saying you're humble is kind of a oxymoron, right? But whatever. So yeah, he sends me he sends me the sound no Spotify link. So I'm like, oh shit, Spotify. Okay, legit. Okay. Trying to get monetized, right? Trying to get fucked by the system. I feel it. All right. And I click on it, and there are no less than 20 tracks. I believe there were more, maybe up to 30. I was like, okay, so this is an epic we got here, like the film equivalent, or the music equivalent. And anyway, I play the first song, and by the album art, I already kind of knew where this was going, and I'm sure you guys have caught on by now. I got like 10, 15 seconds into the first track, and stopped playing it. I closed out of the entire page, and I was like, oh, so I was like, yeah, how'd you make that? And like, I was like, that's a lot of output. Like, how long did you spend on that? Like, how'd you make it? I was kind of, put him in the hot seat a little bit just to toy with him, just because I knew what he did, man. And he's like, yeah, I mean, so basically I write all these lyrics, and I just feed them through Suno, with prompts with how I envision the music to go. And I was like, so you use AI? And he's like, yeah, just because and dude, that's the thing. This guy, he has like 10 excuses on deck anytime I, pry or try to, get him to not do that. I guess I'm not a very good word person, if you can't tell. Anyway, I'm a lyricist. I'm not a word person. But anyway, so I'm like, yeah. So I had to bite my tongue, because normally if this wasn't someone who I was cool with or was nice to me, I'd bite their fucking head off. I'm pretty stringent in my convictions against AI, especially with art, visual and audio, and especially in movies too. Just any kind of art media. I don't think it belongs. I don't think it has a place. I don't think it has any kind of what's the word? Like, I don't think it adds anything. It only takes away. Anyway, so I just kindly say, so yeah, I'm not gonna listen to this. But if you want to send me your lyrics that you wrote, and at this point I suspect, I'm starting to suspect, did you write them though? Like, or did ChatGPT, PhD write your lyrics? And then I read them, and I was like, he probably wrote them. I mean, like, it seems like something I would have wrote in 6th grade after my first breakup. But like, if Disturbed or like another butt rock band wrote it, right? Like, my soul is tainted, blah blah blah. You cursed me. Just some fucking edgelord dog slop shit. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm like really just trying not to I'm not trying to clown on him. I'm not trying to tear his head off. Like I said, I don't want to chew him out. I just, clearly he wants to, make music or express himself. He doesn't, I don't really sense a passion per se, but clearly he's enjoying the process and trying to, find a way to do it logistically, because he said that he doesn't have a place where he can do vocals, or he doesn't know how to use DAWs or anything. So basically, with that conversation, all I said was, dude, just hear me out. I was like, forget all this shit, like, keep writing. For like, if you're writing these lyrics, keep writing, because I mean, like, if you're writing every day, like, you're a writer, or at least a lyricist, like, you can, it's still like, that's an art form at the very least. It, just be like poetic type shit. I didn't really critique his actual man-made art, because I'm so focused on the AI part of it that I don't know, whatever. I basically just broke it down and was like, dude, honestly, get like You can find a free digital audio workstation, and I sent him some like YouTube links on some good free options. I said FL Studio's demo is totally serviceable because that's just what I use. I'm just so ingrained to it that like I tried moving to Ableton at one time, but it was almost like taking too many steps back at the time. Not that I couldn't have done it, but whatever. I was basically saying like, here, like, find a digital audio workstation, learn the basics, like watch some YouTube videos, learn the basics, then subscribe to Splice. There's a couple of tiers. You can get like 100 credits, 200 credits, blah, blah, blah. It's like this much a month. Basically, I was like, you can download sample packs. It has loops. It has one-shots, you know, like single sounds that you can basically use. I was like, treat it like, you know, Legos, right? Like, you can drag and drop in most DAWs, like, pretty easily, figure out the process. And I was like, not only will that, like, help you get an idea for what sounds can kind of go together just by playing around and just using your ears. You don't have to necessarily know music theory. A lot of them are labeled too, so if it says, you know, it's in this key, you can probably use another sample that's in that key and find a place to put it, and they might sound good together. Sometimes they're labeled wrong or just a little bit of a semitone off or something, but nothing for his experience that matters. You know, I'm not going to talk about like relative minors or anything like that. So it's basically just like, that'll teach you to arrange songs, and even if you use 100% samples, you don't modify them at all, you just put together a song, that is infinitely, exponentially more creative and like just full of integrity than what you're doing right now. Like, what you're doing is not good. If you wanted to do this for yourself, for your own enjoyment, fine. Still not great, but I mean, I'm not gonna like, you know, shit on you for it, but you're putting them on Spotify where they can be monetized. Not like Spotify pays shit anyway. But I was like, stop doing that. Don't do that. That's not right. It's disrespectful to people like me, your bud. It's disrespectful to just any, you know, self-made artist that, you know, makes their own art. So that was that, right? Okay. That was that. I know it kind of took me a while to get there. Sorry, I don't really do story times or shit like that. Kind of just a chill guy, you know, hands in pockets. No, I'm just kidding. So come earlier today, I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about. I gotta check my Discord because he hits me up. And what was he saying? And he's also kind of off kilter. I don't want to suggest he's on the spectrum, but he very well could be. And I'm not saying, like, obviously I'm not saying that in a negative light. It's just his quirks just lead me to believe that. And, you know, so I try to accommodate that. Because sometimes he'll ask a question and then I'll give an answer. And then his response to my answer to the question that he asked almost feels like it's pertaining to, like, not pertaining to the conversation or the subject of what we were just talking about, or the question. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it'll be similar, like in the same ballpark, but like it's like a leading question, and then he's like asks what he really, or talks about what he really wants to talk about. So it's like, it's almost like I don't want to say he's like an AI, but it's like almost like NPC level behavior, like where he gets the one thing to get in, like he even needs it, like he knows me, he can just say what's up. But yeah, he was just talking to me about some random stuff, and then he sent me this audio file, like through Discord. No Spotify link, nothing like that. I listened to 5 seconds, and it's AI, and I'm like, okay. So I don't know, like, what he was, like, if he forgot everything I told him a few months ago, because I wasn't like I said, I didn't bite his head off, but I, you know, was pretty stern with what I was saying. I wasn't beating around the bush. I wasn't like, you know, parsing words, whatever. But yeah, he sends me that, and I was like, so this is AI? And he was like, yeah, unfortunately. And I was like, how can I help this dude? How can I help him get it? How can I help him get it? So I'm gonna play what he sent me, just like a snippet. I'm not gonna make you guys, you know, suffer through that. It's not long. It's not like AI songs are ever that long anyway. I mean, 1 second of an AI song is too long, but whatever. It basically sounds like a robotic, you know, like when Korn and Disturbed worked together on Queen and the Damned. It sounded like that, but worse, because that soundtrack fucking slaps. But it sounded like the worst butt rock. And then mixed with his lyrics, it was just utter cringe. I won't build it up any further. I'll just show you the clip.
And I've been kind. Now I'm done playing your twisted mind. No more games, no more control. I'll tear the mask, expose your soul. You don't deserve the likes of hell. Rot in the void where the shadows dwell. Every scar's a weapon.
Like, you see what I mean? So I was just kind of like, it lit like a fire under my ass, because like I said, it's hard to get a read on this dude. He's really cryptic, and I don't think it's conscious. He's just very, you know, dejected and short. So I don't know his intentions usually. But I was like, okay, I'm not listening to this again. Like I said, sorry, all love, just a conviction of mine. Send me your lyrics. Let me read them. Again, I don't know what he wants from this, so I'm just kind of spitballing some shit here. So he sends me the lyrics, and I was like, okay, I'll tell you what. I work in 3 hours. I haven't done any vocal warm-ups. I don't plan to. I had a kind of a sore throat all day. I was like, I'm gonna pick and choose some bars or some lines from. It was way too long. It was like, Jesus Christ, like 2 or 3 pages of fucking lyrics. It's like, condense, motherfucker, condense, and get to the fucking point. Which is what I should do. Anyway, so yeah, I basically did what I've done before, because I'm no like metal vocalist. I never consider myself a screamer. Up until last year, I wouldn't even consider myself to be able to do vocals. Like, I never thought it'd be something that I could do. I don't know if it was because of just, I thought I was just so far beyond help with how bad my voice sounds that I never attempted, or if it was just fear, or, you know, all of the above, typical shit. Because, you know, I've been producing instrumentals and, you know, with vocal samples and shit, but I wanted to do, like, because late 2023, early 2024 is when I started my current project, Body Melt, which is, you know, more experimental, like digital hardcore, genre blending shit, where I did want to do some, like, you know, I can't really call it singing, and I can't really call it screaming. It's just, I just yell, and I have like a rasp in my voice. And then I know my voice well enough to know what distortion makes it sound better, and depending on what song I'm doing it on. So I basically downloaded. I just ripped a fucking like generic metalcore style song off YouTube, you know what I mean? Like metalcore type beat, whatever. I think it was like 180 BPM. Jesus, I should have picked a slower tempo. But I take some of his bars. I basically just throw the track in FL Studio, turn on my fucking, you know, mic and recorder and Edison, and I just one take it. I'm not doing great. My voice does not sound great. I'm not saying this sounds good. And it wasn't like I was trying to big dick him, like, look what I can do, because it's not great. But I just wanted to like do anything that could just like maybe inspire him or make him think like, oh, maybe I should try that myself. Like, you know, at least the bare minimum. Like, he could do what I just did, just steal a fucking royalty free fucking, like, don't put it on Spotify or anything, but like take a royalty free like metalcore track or whatever style of music, because that butt rock AI wasn't it. So don't do no new metal, you know, unless you're trying to like reinvent the genre, like me. I'm just kidding. But like basically do that, and I'll show you the clip of what I did. It's not very long. It was a one take. I rearranged some shit. I took some liberties with the vocals, and then I had to quantize some of my shit because I was not on time because the song switches up and goes to halftime. And I had just woken up, and I was, you know, just trying to be helpful instead of, you know, vindictive for the continued use of AI and putting it on Spotify and all of that. And I feel for the guy. Like, I get wanting to make something, but it's just that the point I'm trying to make. Oh, here's the clip before I get to it.
I've been kind, but kindness dies. Now I spit back your hollow lies. Told if I cry, they'll give me more. Raised in violence, run to the core. Treated worse than dirt, buried alive. Told to kill myself, I'll never survive. No more games, no more control. Until the mask explodes your soul. You don't deserve the likes of hell. Rot in the void where the shadows dwell. But I've been resilient, I've been kind. Now I'm done playing your twisted mind.
You know, I'm not even gonna comment on the quality. You guys can decide, you know, decide amongst yourselves if it was ass or whatever. I thought it sounded fine for a one take with morning voice, no warm up, just to prove a point. Like, hey, you can just wake up one day and just yell over, you know, whatever you want. And even if, I mean, even with those dog shit lyrics, it sounded better than I thought it would, basically. But not to toot my own horn anymore. But anyway, I think this just kind of like made me think like of this mindset, because obviously we're at an impasse here, because and I don't want to just make this video and be like, clearly I'm in the right because I make my own shit, but like there, you know, and then there's gonna be people argue semantics like, well, what about sampling? You're just stealing shit. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Tarantino steals everything too. It's like, and any samples that I flip, I really like put the flip and sample flip. Like, I put all kinds of effects, I reverse them. And sometimes I get so fucking bored and uninspired that I'll take complete tracks that I made, like even if it's mostly 80% my shit, like my sound design, my melodies, my creation, I'll just fucking reverse it, chop it up, take out the drums. So sometimes I'll leave them in too because it leaves like a cool sound effect. You know, just be creative, I guess. And it's like, I can understand because I've been there, right? Like, I can understand not having that, I don't want to say talent, just learned skill, right? Like, or just the ability to know what you're doing enough to where you can put something together, right? That, you know, not even something that you're satisfied with or you think is good, just the know-how to just, I want to record a song or produce a song and do vocals on it. And quality, we're just going to put quality and all that aside. Just to be able to have the wherewithal to sit down and do that and know what you're doing. Know your intent, know your goal, whatever. It's like, I think it's, I don't know if it's just like a you know, condition of the times we live in with instant gratification. I definitely think that plays a huge part. Where people just want to, you know, snap their fingers and then, yeah, I want to do that. Now I'm going to do that now. You know, like, you see it a lot with streamers, right? Like, some streamer will blow up. And then for every streamer that blows up and becomes, you know, like the next it thing, or just, has like, a decent following and viewership. There's just, countless dudes just streaming to 2-3 viewers tops, and every night and they could be grinding for years and never make it. But like there's people that just want to instantly like stream and then be like, after a week they don't get any bumps in viewership, none of their content's working, and then they just kind of give up or whatever. And I think it's the same philosophy here with music production, or just making music in general, or just, or even any kind of art where AI can churn out some slop, and just because you put some words and directions there, you think that you had a part in creating that, when you literally didn't. And I don't care what kind of semantic argument you bring up, you did not make any part of that. I mean, he wrote the lyrics, sure, fine, but the prompt, like, no, you did not make the output. It's not you. That's fake. It's a machine. None of it is real. And they just want to, like, they want that, they see it as a shortcut, and they're like, oh, now I'm doing that. But you're not. Right? Like, so if there, I know I'm rambling, I'm sorry, I have ADHD, and I just took my second Adderall for the day because I'm about to do a gaming stream. Check it out if I'm live when this is posted. But my advice is just, if you really want to do something, just you really in your heart of hearts, like, I want to fucking do that. Be willing to just suck. Like, be willing to suck fucking dick for like at 2 years at least. It doesn't have to be 5. I'm stubborn. I'm self-taught. I probably could have learned faster if I didn't drop out of the Artist Institute, but then I'd also have a $30,000 degree instead of a 4K debt that I paid off that would have gotten me no jobs, and I'd be in the same spot. So, whatever. But just be willing to suck for an extended period of time. And if you truly, like, love what it is you're trying to pursue, no amount of negative critique, no amount of hardship or just, lack of motivation, it might give you pause. Like, right now I haven't made shit in like a week and a half, but I've had other shit going on. Nothing's gonna fully make you quit, right? Like, that fire is not gonna burn out if you're truly passionate about what it is you're trying to pursue. Something, it could just happen randomly. One day you could just be walking in a shopping center, or just, watching a movie that you like, or just hear someone say something, right? And it just, something goes off in your head and you're like, holy shit, I just got like fucking banger idea. It's like, yeah, get that shit out. Even if it sucks. And even really good songs, a lot of them do start out, bare bones, and some would say that kind of suck. They got some good shit going. You just gotta, know where to improve it. Anyway, this has been way longer than I anticipated, but I was just, I just wanted to share this anecdote because it was driving me crazy that I'm trying to explain to this person just poor thing. Like, I basically, and I'm not saying I'm some mightier than thou or holier than thou voice, or that I know more than, other people. I just know what I know, and I know what has helped me, because I've been doing it for 15 years, and I'd say the first 10 years I had every reason that people give to give up, and I didn't, because that was my escape, was music. And I draw too. That was always part of my childhood too. Like, I still draw, but don't take shortcuts. I mean, like, once you know what you're doing, like, pick shortcuts, right? Work smarter, not harder. Like use keybinds, use samples if you want, fuck around just to get some inspiration, whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat. Just be willing to just put in a little bit every day. And it doesn't even have to be every day. Just don't stop, right? And don't be afraid to suck. And you're gonna suck. You suck. I suck. There's things that I suck at with music that maybe come another few years, maybe I'm like, why did I never do it this way? Like, I'm just rambling now. You guys got the point. Fucking 15 minutes earlier, but I don't know. It just really struck a chord with me. I'm not like pissed off at him or anything, like I feel a little bad. It's like I get it, the plight, but like I've been there and I've toughed it out. And I'm not saying that everyone's experience is gonna be the same, but like that core passion needs to be there, bare minimum. And I'm still not, I'm not picking up on that passion from this individual. I'm picking up on, man, I'd really like to do that, but I don't want to do all this, smarty pants nerdy shit to do it, because I'm not smart enough. It's like, dude, everyone who opens up a digital audio workstation for the first time sees the Matrix. It's like, it was one of the biggest memes during the EDM boom. Like, I didn't know what the fuck any knob meant, what any knob did. You know what I did? I took my fucking mouse, I clicked around, I hit the play button, I fucking, how many times I've just mashed the fucking QWERTY keyboard with just some random synth patch to start a song or to find a sound that I liked. It's like I started with the FL Studio demo, right? Where you couldn't save project files. I didn't know how to automate clips, so I would manually turn knobs as the song was recording. It was fucking unhinged. I'm done rambling. Anyway, it's just something that stuck out to me. And if you have people in your life like this that they seem like they want to do something, but they're just not taking any action that has any weight towards that pursuit. Some people you just can't help, but I wish I had a conclusion, because I don't know if I helped him. I think he's still just kind of gonna do AI stuff, unfortunately, and I'm just gonna have to not listen to it and stop giving him advice, because I already gave, I'm essentially giving him 15 years of advice that he doesn't have the I don't want to say mental bandwidth. I'm saying he doesn't have the experience or the that specific mindset to understand what I'm saying to him, because he's just inexperienced. It just reminds me of like fighting games and shit. Like, there's levels to this shit, and you can't just buy Street Fighter 6, right, and then get top 25 at Evo. Like, and I'm not saying that I'm a top 25 producer. Like, I make what I like. I fuck with it, whatever. If you fuck with it, cool. Just make your own shit and suck, and you'll get better.